Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. His Moon, His Prisoner. Episode 3. Chapter 11. Bella's P.O.V. What are you saying? I managed to speak while Lena was going crazy in my mind to hear Asher's words. She was asking me to jump on him and give what he wanted. His hot breath on my ear and neck was enough to arouse me. I immediately backed away from him. I made a distance between us with at least 2 hands. What? You can't! He shouted angrily. I could not reply to him. What does he mean? Does he want me to give him help with my hand? Ha ha ha, he laughed and smirked, looking at my expression and red face. Leave it! A dirty lone wolf like you is not eligible to touch me. Did you really think I would let you touch me? He asked. I was holding my mouth only for his signature, or I would have unleashed a load of venom on him using my sharp tongue. He ordered, walking away from me. What? Why? What about my paper? But what about my reward? Didn't you say you will reward me? I inquired, following him closely, but I did not forget to keep my distance from this jerk alpha. He was a psycho. You did nothing for me. Why would I reward you for coming late and disobeying me? He coldly replied, and I saw that the teacher of my class was standing with the other teacher. If I follow Asher, then they would notice me. I grabbed his hand to stop him. Then, I started and he stopped. He looked back to me and I let go of his hand, or he would again call me disgusting. What? He asked, towering over me. I started again, licking my lips in nervousness. I know I was about to do something crazy. I am ready to be punished, I said and looked up at him. He was waiting for me to speak more. You can do anything to punish me all day. I am ready, but if you are happy then you have to reward me by signing this paper for me, I bargained. I felt like crying. I never thought I would say something like this. I was asking for punishment, but I had done nothing wrong. Now he would take advantage of me. He had not said anything after hearing me. Was he planning something evil? Why not? I had given him a chance to take revenge on me. Would he refuse this chance? Then, he began to say, and I jumped in my mind. Yes. It means he had not denied it. He would punish me and then he would sign. Yes, I asked in curiosity. Why don't you do something with my hardness? He again asked. I looked at him in anger. He was again making fun of me. He smirked, walking away. Go and grab me something to drink, you have 5 minutes. Dare to be late again and I will show you hell. He ordered me, not forgetting to show that he was my master. Jerk. But wait 1 second, where should I get drinks? Canteen? Lily's P.O.V. Then tell me who Oliver is to you, Leo whispered into my ear. Hearing Oliver's name I was a little shocked. Why is he mentioning Oliver out of nowhere? Why do you want to know about him? I asked him, as he moved away from me. Didn't I say that you have no right to ask me any questions? He chided, picking up a guitar. But it is my personal matter. It is not related to you. How is it related in any way that will get you to sign the paper or not? I inquired, standing in front of him as he was ignoring me. Please sign it. I implored, showing my paper. Move. He said and I shook my head. No, I will not. Please sign. I will not go anywhere until you sign. I proclaimed. He again gave a blank look. So, you are trying to say that you will not go anywhere until I sign? He questioned, raising his brows, to which I nodded. Yes, that's right. I replied as he smirked at me. Then wait here until I come back. I have to attend a class. I do not know when I will come back, or maybe I never will. If you want to go back home, you are free to go. Don't blame me saying that I forced you to stay here. He remarked, giving me the keys to the room. Don't worry, I will not go anywhere. I will wait for you here until you come back. I affirmed, looking into his eyes, showing my confidence. He put the keys on the table and began to walk out of the room. As he was about to leave the room, he turned back to face me. No one comes in this room, so you will be all alone. Don't cry like a loser in fear. He taunted me before exiting. I looked at the keys, placing them safely in my pocket. I sat on the chair and waited for him. I was not going back home without his sign. Bella's p.o.v. I started to run towards the canteen. The whole time that I had attended the school, I had only seen the canteen from the outside. I never actually went inside to eat anything, but as I entered, my jaw dropped to see its beauty and the variety of food offered. My stomach grumbled to see the packages of food, but I shook my head. I could not think about food. I quickly bought a drink for Asher. Here, I said, and put the drink on the table where he was sitting, reading a book. What is this? He asked, giving a look that clearly showed he did not like it. A drink, I replied, and he looked up to me. Don't try to talk back to me. I am not blind. I do not want that. I don't like sweet things. Throw it away and buy something that is not sweet. He demanded, and without any question I ran back to the canteen to buy something else. He again had only given me 5 minutes. Your drink, I said, again coming back to the gym, putting the drink in front of him. Now what is this? He questioned with the same face. It is Coca-Cola. It has essential oils, spices such as nutmeg. I told him and took a deep breath. I ran like crazy as the canteen was not near the gym. I do not want this, he answered, returning to his book. But why? I almost shouted. He just raised his brows. I was again forgetting my place as a slave and being his pet. I mean, it is not sweet like the drink before. I pleaded, changing my facial expression while talking to him. I do not like its color, he said. My jaw dropped hearing him. What? He does not like its color? Is he kidding? Is he a child? I again ran out of there to bring something else. I know he is doing all of this intentionally. I am also not going to give up, I thought, and this time I looked at all the drinks carefully. He did not tell me what he likes. He does not like sweets, he does not like the color of Coca-Cola. I took a deep breath and chose the one that I like to drink. I entered the gym and placed the drink in front of him. Your drink. Sprite lemon lime flavored soft drink with a crisp, clean taste that gives the ultimate cut-through refreshment. I offered this line in one breath. He looked at it and I was thinking that he would again declare the same line as before, but luckily he took it. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. Finally, he had not complained. If I had known he would be like this, then I would have brought it to him first. I was so tired and I was feeling like I would faint. I had not eaten and drank anything yet today. I pulled out my handkerchief so that I could wipe my sweat as I was wiping. When my eyes went to Asher, who had totally stopped drinking. What was wrong? Why was he looking at me like he wanted to devour me? I thought to myself as I saw he was looking at me with different eyes. What was wrong with him? I quickly turned my eyes away from him. Why are you standing there like a model? Are you trying to seduce me? He asked, again coming back to his usual rude ways. Go and open the window of the room. Because of you I am feeling hot. He shouted, causing me to jump from my place. What did he mean? Why was he hot because of me? Was he crazy? I went to the window and opened it. I knew I had made a mistake saying yes. Now it had been more than 3 hours and I had not sat for even a second to rest. There was not a single minute where he had not given me some type of work. I ran around the whole school like a dog, following his orders, escaping from the eyes of teachers. Now I was feeling as if I would die any second, but I could not give up. I had to remind myself of that again and again. There was only 1 hour until school was over, but he still had not signed the papers. I went back to the gym after cleaning his bike. He had ordered me to clean his bike, that there should not be a single speck of dirt on it. It took me a whole hour to get it cleaned properly. I walked towards him slowly as I was so exhausted. He was watching my movements with his sharp eyes. What's wrong? Are you tired? Ready to give up? He asked. I shook my head. For him to sign this I would do anything. No, I am not tired. I replied. He looked me up and down. Good for you. I am hungry. I want to eat something good. He declared. I nodded my head. I had to go back to the canteen. Bring food not from the canteen but from the restaurant that is near the railway station. He ordered. I glanced at my watch. It was too far away from here and now there was only 45 minutes until school let out. Would I be able to manage getting back here on time? I still accepted the order and started to leave. Wait. You did not hear me completely. He insisted and stopped me, then threw some money in front of me. Do you have money? He asked. I felt like he was insulting me. Yes, I have money. I work in a store. I replied. He smirked hearing me. You have to bring a lobster for me. Do you think you can buy a lobster with your little money? He demanded. I panicked to hear that I needed to buy a lobster. After the death of my mom I could never eat lobster again. She was the one who used to buy it only for me, it caused me pain to think about it. He got up from his seat and came to me. A poor lone wolf like you could never feed me. He urged. I had to control my emotions. His words always hurt me badly. Does he even know the effect his words had on me? I looked at the money lying on the floor. I picked it and put it back in his hand. Thanks for your money. Yes, you are right, I am a poor lone wolf, but not as poor as you may think. I will bring you lobster. I muttered, turning to leave the room. I ran out of the school, putting my hand over my chest to calm myself. I knew he hated me, but why does it hurt so much? A few tears slipped out of my eyes, but I quickly wiped them away. The place was too far away to go on foot. So I took a taxi so that I could get back in time, but when I was on the way I got a call from Lily. "Hey Lily, did you get Leo's signature?" I asked. "No, I could not. He was not willing to sign. I am still waiting for him in the room where there are so many musical instruments. I have never seen this room before. It was a prohibited area. I cannot understand what to do to get him to agree to sign." Lily whimpered. I kept one hand on my head. My head was aching, it was throbbing like a sore tooth. I was hungry too. Lily's condition was the same as mine. "What about you? Did you get Asher's signature?" she inquired. I leaned back in the taxi seat. "No, but I am hoping after this he will sign. He has sent me to bring lobster back for him. I am on the way," I replied. "What? Lobster? Can you buy a lobster? Do you have the money?" she almost shouted. "Yes, I have enough money. I have my mom's card. She used to work only for me. On her card there is a lot of money, but I use it very wisely," I replied. She took a deep breath. "But it is nearly time to go home. There is only 15 minutes until school is released for the day," she revealed as I looked at my watch. "Yes, I know. I hope you get his signature. Don't wait for me. I do not think I will be back soon. Just get home safely," I stressed as we both cut the call. Lily's p.o.v. I cut the call and thought about lobster. It was very expensive, but Bella could buy it. It was good that she had money, unlike me. I was sitting alone here like a fool all for a signature. I had only 15 minutes left. When would he come back? It was evening already and I was a little anxious about being alone in this room. Suddenly I heard footsteps. Was he coming? I got up from my seat and looked at the door. My face turned white to see Leo's friends. "They came here. What are you doing here?" Noah shouted at me like an animal. I was petrified of him. I stammered as they all came nearer to me. "Who allowed you to come in this room?" Noah asked, gritting his teeth in anger. "I am here. Leo knows about it," I replied. He was looking angrier as I said Leo's name. "How dare you call him by his name? A human like you should not dare to do something like this. You have already made mistakes before and you are only creating more problems for yourself." Noah growled as I held the piece of paper in fear. They had all surrounded me. "What is this?" one of the girls asked as she snatched the paper from my hand. "That's mine. Give it to me," I complained, trying to take it back. As I was about to take it, Noah pushed me back. My back hurt from his push. He was too strong. I moaned in pain. "Please give it to me," I said to the girl. She frowned in anger reading it. Now I understand what both these have been trying to do since this morning. She angrily sneered, giving the paper to Noah. "So you and Bella, who slapped our alpha, are trying to get back what we snatched from both of you?" Noah demanded from me. I did not reply to him and he tore the papers up in front of me. I tried to stop him, but he pushed me back again. Please, I need those papers. I begged them, but I was slapped across the face by one of the girls as she grabbed my hair and pulled it. Do you know what? I just want to destroy your face with my nails. I will make you so ugly that you will be scared to look at yourself in the mirror. I am just stopping myself because of Leo. I am giving you a chance to walk out of the room quietly. She stressed, pushing me to the floor. Get out! Noah shouted, throwing my bag near my legs. I was looking at the pieces of paper on the floor. Everything is finished now. I grabbed my bag and walked out of the room. They closed the door behind me. He would think I ran away because of fear. Bella's P.O.V. After a few minutes the taxi stopped and I entered the restaurant. I ordered the food and sat on one of the chairs while waiting. It was a very expensive restaurant. Hey Luna! I heard someone's voice and looked back. It was the same man who had helped me in the store. David, but why was he calling me Luna? What are you doing here? He asked, taking a seat in front of me. Hey, I am here as a delivery woman. I informed him with a little laugh. So your alpha wants to eat lobster? He noted and I was shocked. How did you know? I questioned. He just chuckled. Most of the people come here only for the lobster. It is what the restaurant is known for, so it is obvious that you came here for lobster. He replied. I nodded my head. One of the men came out with the food and got up from my seat. Okay, I need to leave, I claimed as he smiled at me. I have a car. Do you want a lift? He offered and I shook my head. Thanks for asking, but I will take a taxi. I informed him as I walked out of there, again starting my journey back towards the school. I could smell the lobster and a smile came to my face as I was thinking about my past. It was a good feeling. He likes lobster just like you. My wolf Lena murmured and I smiled when I heard her. It was strange, but Asher's choice of things was similar to mine. He liked lobster and Sprite, and so do I. The taxi stopped in front of school. I noticed that there was a man selling a few things. I smirked, looking at one thing. It was a little angry wolf. I bought it and thought to give it to that angry, egoistic, jerk, bad boy alpha. It suited him best. I walked into the school, but there was no one there and when I looked at my watch I saw that I was late, yet again. This time it wasn't my fault though because the restaurant was so far away from the school. I was quickly walking towards the gym pulling my form from my pocket, hoping he would sign it. This was the end of my wait. I had done everything that he had ordered, plus I hadn't made him angry so he should sign it. At the same time my eyes went to the little angry wolf that I was going to give him after he signed my form. I couldn't wait to see his face when he looked annoyed, as I thought he looked handsome. Oh, Asher! A girl moaned, just as I opened the gym door. I lifted my eyes, they instantly were met with Asher's and the smile quickly disappeared from my face as I saw him with Susie. She was kissing him and touching his body, while putting his hand on her, grinding her body up against his. The food, my form, and the little wolf fell from my hands, causing Asher and Susie to see me. What is this lone wolf doing here? Did you come here to spy on us? What sort of shameless lone wolf are you? Get out! Susie shouted at me, but I was still looking at Asher. My mate was with another woman. Tears gathered in my eyes and I backed up in panic. I ran out of the gym, crying and holding my hand over my mouth to try and muffle my sobs. What had I been expecting from him? He didn't love a lone wolf like me, so what was to stop him from going to another woman? He would never love me, so why was I crying over him? Third person P.O.V. When Leo returned back to the music room, Lily was nowhere to be found. Leo looked around the whole room, even checking under the table, thinking that she might have hidden there due to fear. Leo had already sensed that Lily was a stubborn person. He knew that she would keep waiting for him until he had returned. He hadn't wanted to bother himself with coming back, but he had anyway just to see if she was crying because of being scared. After searching the entire music room and the bathroom, he couldn't find her. Just as he was about to leave, he noticed that the keys were not there. He remembered seeing Lily put the keys into her pocket. The fact that the keys were not here showed him that Lily had not left this room of her own free will. Lily's loyalty to her work and ardor in the store could testify to that. She wouldn't be so careless to leave the room unlocked and take the key with her. Leo looked around the room more closely, for the first time observing a small mess. He sniffed the air and could smell not only Lily's scent that smelled of soft fragrant lilies and a calming sea breeze, but was combined with that of his pack members. That meant that they had come into this room, but the room looked perfectly fine apart from a small mess, and then he saw a small piece of paper lying on the floor under the table. Leo picked up the paper and could smell Lily's scent on it. This was the same scholarship paper that Lily had wanted Leo to sign, but there was only a piece of it. Leo knew that Lily would not have been so stupid as to tear the paper up, but seeing this paper now he knew what had happened. The scent of his pack members mixed with Lily's. The torn paper was all proof he needed to understand that his pack members must have done something to Lily. Leo immediately ran out of the music room in search of Lily. Her scent was still lingering in the room, and that meant that she had not left long ago, so he still had time to get to her. Asher saw Bella running out of the gym and quickly pushed Susie away from him, slapping her right across the face. Susie fell to the floor just as Leo ran into the gym. "Alpha, I think the pack members have done something to Bella and Lily that has caused trouble," Leo informed Asher of his suspicions. While Asher was looking and breathing like a bull ready to charge a matador in the ring. "I know. I now understand the game of the pack members," Asher shouted and stared at Susie, who was trembling in fear. "Get up!" Asher growled, using his alpha tone. She had no choice but to obey, so she immediately stood up. "How dare you use your powers on me?" Asher accused, using his most dangerous tone with her as she began to weep. Susie could not believe that he had found out. She hadn't expected anyone to learn that she was a hybrid half-witch. Her mother was a witch and her father was a werewolf. "I am sorry, Alpha, but the pack members told me to use my powers on you for only a few minutes until Bella came back in here, so that you would not be able to sense her presence and scent." Susie confessed everything. Leo was shocked. "How dare you, Susie? Do you even realize what will happen to you now?" Leo asked, angry and frustrated at what had happened. Susie dropped to her knees, finally realizing her mistake. "Please forgive me, Alpha. I was blinded by jealousy and followed the words of what Noah and the others said. Susie pleaded, crying and thinking that now he would kick her out of the pack. Tell me what is going on and what they are trying to do behind my back. Asher commanded, once again using his alpha tone. We all wrote a letter of complaint against Lily and Bella to the administrative office, asking that they be expelled from the school. We succeeded, but then we didn't know that they were trying to get back into the school by getting both the alphas and betas signatures. When the other members came to understand this, they sent me here to make sure their plan was a success. They threatened Lily, slapped her, then kicked her out of the music room. Bella and Lily only had until this evening, but they didn't present the things that the administrator demanded. Lily was ordered to pay the full school fees, while Bella was ordered to bring her mother to school. Neither of them could do this or get the signatures they needed from you two. Susie explained. Are you asking for death, Susie? Leo roared at her. How dare you slap her? Who do you think you are to defy the Alpha's order and play the Alpha and I? Leo yelled, while Asher just glared at her, and it was enough to make Susie submit to Asher. Susie now understood that he was going to do something horrific to her. After hearing about everything his own pack members had done, his fury had risen further, especially because they were able to carry out such a big plan behind his back with his or Leo's knowledge. Asher looked over to where he had last seen Bella standing, jogging over to the items she had dropped. There lay the lobster he had wanted in the bag. Then he saw the form that she had wanted him to sign. He didn't know what it was about, but now as he read it he understood everything. It was about a reconciliation between the two of them because of when she had slapped him on the first day of school. If Asher signed this paper, then there was a reconciliation between them and she could stay in school. However, he had been taking his revenge for the slap in his own way and had never even spoken to the administrator, but now everything had gone haywire due to his pack members. Leo was now standing behind him, watching everything and sensing Asher's growing outrage. Asher looked down at the floor, finally noticing an angry wolf lying on the floor. He crouched down, picked it up, knowing instinctively that Bella was the one who had bought it for him. Asher brought the stuffed wolf to his nose. It was coated in Bella's scent, sweet rose and spicy ginger, but as he opened his eyes his wolf was coming through. Bella's scent was making him crazy, but all that he could remember was her teary eyes and how she looked catching Susie in his lap with his hands all over her. Asher stood up from the floor with the angry little wolf clenched tightly in one hand and the other stuff in his other hand. Leo, order the principal and all the pack members involved in this to the principal's office in the next 5 minutes. Asher ordered. Leo immediately began to mind link everyone. When the principal got the mind link, he understood that everything had been end up, but he didn't know how badly just yet, and that worried him. Within 5 minutes of receiving the order, everyone had entered the principal's office like crazed dogs, as they had all only left the school a short while ago. The principal had already predicted the outcome of this situation after seeing Asher's wrath, knowing that all that had happened had been revealed to him. Asher was sitting in the principal's chair with his eyes closed as Leo stood next to him. Everyone bowed their heads as they entered. Noah was the very last one to arrive. Leo's rage was out of control the moment he laid eyes on him. He charged forward, punching Noah violently in the face. Noah fell on the floor and now realized that Leo had uncovered everything. Leo, wait, I can explain. Noah tried to say but was punched again. Asher didn't stop him. he continued to remain seated with his eyes closed as he listened to the screams of pack mates. Leo was severely beating each and every member of the pack. The principal's office, which was normally tidy, was now a macabre sight littered with torn papers, overturned furniture, and beaten bodies. It looked more akin to something someone would find in a city's back alley rather than in the office of a school. Asher sat listening through it all while sitting in his chair. No one was able to question why they were getting punished, as they all knew that Leo was following Asher's orders. At the same time, they had yet to receive the real punishment that would be handed down to them by Asher himself. The principal stood with his head bowed as he waited for his turn. He knew that he had made a big mistake by trying to hide what the pack members had done. He should have informed Asher about it right away. Every member was being punished without a single word being spoken, causing the other members to be shaken. Abruptly, Asher stood up and approached the principal. The principal admitted his mistake without presenting any facts, kneeling down in front of his alpha. During the entire encounter, Asher had still been holding on to his angry little wolf, the only gift he may ever receive from his mate. Bella's P.O.V. I ran out of school as fast as my legs would carry me, not once turning back, as there was no point when it would only make me feel even more pain. I badly craved to shift into my wolf and run into the woods, but I was in an urban area, I couldn't. I had to use my fast human pace instead. I completed the 15-minute route in a few minutes. Tears continued to spill out of my eyes even after I repeatedly wiped them away. I did not wish to see my own tears. The image of Susie and Asher seemed to be engraved in my mind, his hands on her body, the way she moaned his name. I didn't even know why I was getting upset. Lena was getting out of control in my head. Due to that, I was also going completely mad. I steadied my pace even more. As soon as I turned to the right, I almost hit someone, but before we could collide, I quickly stopped, otherwise either of us could have been hurt. Lily! I gasped. I was shocked to see her. She looked like she had been sobbing for hours. Bella, Lily stammered. As soon as she saw me, she ran towards me, hugging me tightly. I hugged her back. After assessing her condition, I understood that she also could not get Leo's signature. She was bawling while hugging me. I was no better at controlling myself and continued to cry, but not as loudly as her. I was crying silently. Finally, I wiped my tears and tried to calm her, but on the inside I was broken. I could not even ask her to not cry when I could not stop myself. After some time, we both were sitting in a garden, watching the sky silently. We did not ask about the signature, as we could predict what had happened to the other without having to say a word. I think we should go to the convenience store. From now on we will not be able to attend school, so we will need to work hard for a living. Lily admitted. I nodded my head. I was thinking along the same lines. You are right. My mom's last words to me were to stay strong, but I did not know why everything seemed so hard. It is not easy to stay strong, I said as tears again gathered in my eyes. Now I understand everything. It was not a coincidence that his friends appeared in the room. It was impossible that he did not know about his friend's arrival. He just did not want to sign the paper for me. In the end he had won, and now I would never be able to return to school. Lily claimed as I watched her. She was so sad, barely able to hold her tears. I quickly diverted my eyes away from her, looking at my hands. Was my situation better than hers? Asher had done one of the worst things you can do to a werewolf. He knew I was coming and he knew that I was going to see them. Yes, I know they had a relationship, but still it hurt as if I had lost a huge important part of my life. It has broken me. Today he was still punishing me only in a different way, but the punishment I was receiving now was excruciating. Maybe now it's time to accept that this is the end of my school life. From this moment on I won't see him again, that this whatever this was is over between us. I muttered, gazing up at the moon shining in the sky. Asher, you won. This lone wolf has accepted her defeat, I confessed, still looking at the moon. Bella's P.O.V. I was heading back to the store where we worked, as Lily and I had left early yesterday after everything that had happened. Today we had to work extra to make up for the time we had missed yesterday. I knew that neither of us could afford to lose the money we earned, but yesterday neither of our minds had been on work. When I returned home yesterday I locked myself in my room and sat in the bathtub for almost 2 hours. After finally managing to calm my mind throughout the night and trying to completely forget about the incident yesterday, I decided that I was going to make a fresh start today. I blocked everyone's numbers from my phone, everyone except Lily. Once again my phone started ringing. The strange thing was that I had been getting repeated calls from an unknown number since last night. I didn't answer the phone and have not spoken to any unknown person since my mom died, especially if I already knew them to be a werewolf. It always made me even more cautious about answering calls from unknown numbers due to the fact it always reminded me of the person who had killed my mom, as he was also unknown. Mom had always brought me up among humans, instructing me to live like humans do, and I have always followed her instructions. I asked her a lot of questions and we had a lot of arguments when she was alive. She didn't answer any of my questions, and now that she is no longer in my life I am following her teachings, yet there was a strange emptiness in my life that was the question of my very existence. My phone rang again. It was the same unknown number that had been calling me since last night, so I blocked it out of anger. I have no idea who this person kept calling me, but if I was not picking up the phone then obviously it means that I didn't want to talk to whoever it was. The actions of this person were making me even more doubtful, but the stubbornness alone of this person also made me think that the person was. No way, what am I thinking? I thought and swiftly pushed it aside. As soon as I walked into the store I saw Lily working, but she was trying to lift some really heavy baggage. I immediately ran to help her, as I knew that if anything got damaged then Lily would have to make up for the loss. Easy there, Lily, I murmured, smiling at her. Thanks for the help, but I couldn't help noticing that you are a lot stronger than the other girls. You are really strong, Bella, Lily commented. I just smiled and continued to help her put the stuff away. There was no way I was going to tell Lily that I was stronger than normal girls because I was a werewolf. Today I didn't have to change my clothes, so I wore a white top and black shorts, plus I didn't have to pack my school uniform in my bag either because I was no longer going to school. The thought of never going back to school upset me, but I brushed those feelings aside and carried on with my work. I have spoken to the manager on behalf of both of us, Lily mentioned as we continued taking stuff out of the storeroom. What about? I asked, confused. Remember yesterday how we both decided that now we weren't going to go back to school, we would work full-time here? Well, I discussed it with the manager and he is ready to give us both a full-time job here, Lily replied. Really? Thank you so much for talking on my behalf, I declared, with a big smile. No problem. Anyway, ever since yesterday you have been looking more disturbed than me. I don't know what happened between you and Asher, but I can see that you are distressed and hurt about it. Lily comforted, looking at me. I glanced away from her, placing the things in the right places. No, it's nothing like that. I'm not distressed about him as he doesn't matter in my life. The more he hates me, the more I hate him, and when there is a hateful relationship between us, then how can it hurt me? I replied to Lily, and she put her hand on my shoulder. Maybe the story of you two starts with hate. Lily countered, smiling at me, then walked away. After listening to her, I sat at the counter and yesterday's scene came to my mind again. There is no story between us, and there never really was, I thought to myself as I grew melancholy and depressed just like yesterday, but I immediately straightened myself up, focusing on my work. I had now been working for 2 hours when my eyes went straight to the clock, as it would now have been the time for us to go to school. There is no point in looking at the clock now, Lily noted. I could see that she had money in her hand which the manager had given the both of us a while back. You can go to school if you want, I said. She gave me a look of surprise. How would I be able to go to school? My scholarship paper was torn up. I never got Leo's signature, Lily replied. This reminded me of my idea. I took out my mom's card from my pocket. Even though I can't go to school, I can send you to school. I still have a lot of money on this card. I can pay for your school fees for a year, I told her, placing my mom's card in her hand. She looked really surprised as she glanced from my mom's card then back to me. But that means that the card will be empty as soon as you pay my school fees, Lily argued, and I nodded. As you know, I cannot bring my parents back to fulfill the demands of the administrator, but you can definitely pay your school fees. I would be happy if my best friend went to school, I stated. She started smiling. Thank you, but I can't accept this money, Lily concluded, handing the card back to me. I am glad that I have found a true friend like you, and I know the importance of this money to you. I know that you have saved it because it was the last memory of your mother. I know that you never want to spend this money, that's why you work in the store, isn't it? Lily inquired. I nodded absently while the both of us laughed. She was dead right. I was glad that she was my true friend. We had only been friends for a few days but had come to know each other very well. Neither of us truly knew what the other's situation was, but the one thing that was clear was that we both needed that money. I had never even thought about spending Mom's money because it was something she had worked hard to save for me, but today I just wanted to help Lily. I know all too well how it feels when your family leaves you, Lily confided as we both thought about our families. It was now past noon and both of us had half an hour for our lunch break, so we decided to go to a nearby restaurant and eat our food there. When we got back to the store, it was very crowded, and after working for 4 hours straight, it was now past 8 in the evening. Lily and I took turns working at the counter as the girl that was meant to be there today did not come into work. How could she afford to not come in? Did she not want the money? Is she already rich? Other than Lily and I, there were 2 other girls working today, but they were also busy. Due to standing for so long, my legs were aching and neither of us had been able to take a small break to rest. We were both working like crazy to earn money, Even though it was not the first time I was working full-time, it was still so tiring. Bella, I need your help. Lily called me. I gave the counter to the other girl. What happened? I asked Lily and she pointed to the car parked outside the store. The manager told me that both of us have to put all this stuff in that car. She told me. I started to help her. As I was approaching the car with Lily, I had the feeling that there was another werewolf around. My brain was notifying me of something strange. Lily opened the car and both of us put the packages in it and turned around, but there was someone behind us. Both Lily and I screamed loudly out of fear. The man had his mouth covered with a scarf. He was definitely a werewolf, but at the same time I felt as if I knew him from somewhere. His smell seemed familiar. When he bowed his head to me and the scarf opened, we both recognized him. Principal. Sir. Both of us shouted in panic. I was not expecting to see him here. I apologize to both of you for startling you. The principal again bowed his head to us. I understand why he is bowing his head to you, but why is he suddenly bowing his head to me? Lily whispered. I gave her a nervous smile. It was really no use in whispering because he was a werewolf and could hear her, but she did not know that. I don't know. I whispered back. Is this car yours? I asked the principal as the car was inundated with his scent. Yes, this car is mine. I needed to talk to both of you about some very important matters, but due to the business of the shop I had to adopt this method. Sorry, but can you two walk with me to that restaurant for 5 minutes? I need to talk to both of you. The principal asked us. Lily looked at me. But I don't want to talk anymore. As you know, I was unable to get Asher's signature and there is no way I can bring my parents to the school, so I don't want to think of school anymore. Please just leave me alone. I replied, turning to go back into the store, but the principal stepped in front of me in a panic. Please don't do this. I need to talk to you about a very important matter. Please listen to me. The principal pleaded with me. Lily and I looked at each other. Never mind, Bella, you go and talk to him. I will cover for you until you come back. Lily said. As she was about to leave, the principal stopped her. I want to talk to both of you. Please, I need you both to come with me. The principal implored, bowing his head again. I had no idea what was going on, but the way he was pleading over and over again, it seemed like it was something very important, so I agreed to listen to him. Lily and I were walking in front with the principal following behind us. Why are you walking behind us? I asked. He yet again bowed his head to me. Why was he bowing so much? It was making people notice. How can I walk in front of our Luna? The principal replied. I shook my head in exhaustion. He called me his Luna and I didn't bother to correct him about it as there was no point. He would never understand that I could never be the Luna of his pack. We arrived at the restaurant located 2 minutes away from the store and a waiter came over, handing us each a menu. The principal was about to order food when I stopped him. Sorry, but we are in a hurry. We have to go back to the store and continue working. So please hurry up and tell us whatever it is that you wanted to talk about. I said, and he sent the waiter away. I want to apologize to the both of you. The principal started with, shocking us. But for what? Lily asked, confused. I asked the both of you to complete an impossible task and the matter has gotten far worse to the extent that the Alpha and Beta have gone completely insane. The principal seriously replied. I looked at Lily and was glad that she understood that he was referring to Asher being the Alpha and Leo being the Beta. What are you talking about? I inquired of him, as I couldn't understand what had happened to Asher. He was already insane from what I knew. Actually, I don't know how, but yesterday evening Alpha Asher and Beta Leo came to learn of the actions of their pack members. Whatever they had done was the greatest crime against the Alpha and Beta. Alpha Asher has gone mad with fury and so has Beta Leo, to the point where he has followed Alpha Asher's every order and turned into a punishment machine. Each member of the pack that was involved in your incident was sentenced to the harshest possible punishment, but Susie was sentenced to a far worse sentence. She made a huge mistake by using her power on Alpha Asher. The matter could not be hidden from Alpha Asher's father, Alpha Gabriel. Alpha Gabriel loves his son so much that if Asher says something then he will kick all the culprits out of the pack. Alpha Gabriel is blinded by his love for his son and the same goes for Asher. Susie has already been exiled from the pack and has been turned into a rogue. The principal divulged. I was surprised to hear that, but at the same time my whole body became cold as I didn't know the whole pack would be punished so much. Wait. Susie had witch blood? Now I understand why the principal was trying to hide this matter from Asher and Leo. He was trying to handle the situation, but now it is one big mess. Lily whispered to me. Yes, you are right. The principal replied. Lily almost jumped out of her seat, not expecting him to hear her. I still don't think this matter is related to me and I should leave here. Lily said, nervously smiling. No, this matter is also related to you. The principal replied. How? Lily asked. Leo came to know what Noah did to you and he went crazy after that. You see, Leo and Noah are fraternal twins. Noah is the youngest out of the two by a few minutes and now the younger brother will be punished by the older brother. Leo won't let this matter go just because Noah is his brother. The principal answered and Lily moved closer to me. I could feel her heart beating faster at the mention of Leo. I knew that she was scared of him. I don't understand what you are saying, but I don't want to get involved in this matter now. Lily stammered. Please, I need both of you to understand. The principal was yet again pleading with us. But what do you want from me? What can I help you with in this matter? I asked. Since last night Alpha Asher has been sitting in the gym, with the lobster and paper in his hand. He has not come out of there and he has not eaten anything. This morning Beta Leo went to your desk and put the paper which he always puts there following Alpha Asher's order. The principal explained, handing me the piece of paper. I want my slave right now. The note read. It was as usual an order for me, written by Asher. He has been sitting in the gym waiting for his slave to come and that means you. I could not sit quietly in my office for a single moment longer because I was waiting for you to come to school. I had been waiting by the school doors, but I never saw you come and school was over and everyone had left, but not Asher. He continued to sit there like a man possessed in the gym and when you did not come he broke the lobster box into pieces. He is venting his aggression out on the pack members. Alpha Gabriel only knows about Susie, but not about the others involved. Everyone has seen an example of Asher's rage at Susie, but now everyone will slowly be kicked out of the pack. Leo is Asher's beta, but he is also following him blindly and ready to kick his own brother and other members out of the pack. They have both grown close to feral as neither of you have come to school. The principal disclosed. I could hear the panic in his voice. Perhaps he would also be expelled from the pack. I have seen Asher's craziness, really anyone would notice it if they looked close enough at his eyes. But I cannot do anything about this matter. I am not a member of your pack nor do I have anything to do with these things. I replied. The same goes for me. I also don't know anything and I am not the reason for the brothers fighting. Lily said. Please don't say that. All of this is happening because you two didn't come to school and if you start coming to school again then everything will be alright. It may be that Alpha Asher's temper calms down and no member will be removed from the pack. Everyone is ready to suffer harsh punishments, but no one wants to leave the pack. You can still soothe him. Alpha Gabriel is as of yet unaware of the full extent of the matter and no one knows why Asher's fury has reached this level. I am the only one that knows that you are our Luna. No matter what, Asher would never tell anyone that a lone wolf is his mate, but he would release his venom on everyone. Please return to school. The principal asked again. I could feel myself getting annoyed. Forgive me, but I will not do it. I will not come back to that school anymore. I declared, getting up from my seat. The principal looked at Lily. I am sorry, but I won't come back either. Lily said and quickly stood up. But why? The principal inquired. Your Alpha knows the answer. I hate your Alpha, I will never come back, he knows that too. He made his choice and now I've made mine. Him going feral on his pack is not my concern. I told the principal. I walked away with Lily following me out of the restaurant. It's good that we came out when we did, I was feeling sorry for him, but I still won't go back to that school. Lily said, but I didn't reply. I also felt sorry for him, but after yesterday I was too hurt and I was not going to hurt myself again for someone that obviously didn't care about me or my feelings. Maybe you're right. The Alpha knows you won't come back, so he is slowly becoming feral, but if you do not come back many people will be thrown out of the pack and become rogues. I beg you to save our future. I trust our Luna. The principal begged one last time just as we were about to cross the road, bowing his head again. Lily and I began to walk back to the store. We had been back for 2 hours and we were lucky now that there was not much of a crowd. After some time Lily and I closed the store up and walked towards our homes. The one thing that was clear in my mind was that I wasn't going to go back to that school. Suddenly my sense of smell picked up, that hauntingly familiar scent, and stopped walking. Oh my God, Bella, look! Lily hesitated in a fearful tone. I looked up to see what she was talking about. Bella's P.O.V. Oh my God, Bella, look! Lily said in a fearful tone. I looked up to see what she was talking about. The nervousness was clear to hear in her voice, but even before she had spoken that scent, sharp citrus, and smoky sage, had entered my nose and I knew who was standing there waiting for us. Asher. I said, as I studied him. And Leo. Lily added. Her fear was of Asher's beta, Leo, who was as usual standing by the side of his Alpha. There was no trace of any kind of emotion on either of their faces, both of them just stood by their bikes, blocking our path. There was no way for us to get past them. Lily and I looked at each other and without saying a single word turned around and walked away. We were just about to turn down a side street when suddenly Asher and Leo were standing in front of us like a brick wall. Lily's P.O.V. You are coming with me? Leo demanded, walking towards me and dragging me away. What? I asked. I didn't say anything else, knowing that he wouldn't listen to me anyway. He just held my hand, dragging me away from Bella and the security she provided. After hearing what the principal had said, I was truly terrified of him. After a few seconds I tried to pull my hand out of his grip, but heard an animalistic growl. I did not dare continue to try and pull away, so I just followed him quietly. He brought me down another street. I found that the neighborhood was becoming scary. It was too dark. Where is taking me? Is planning to do something inappropriate with me because he fought with his brother, thinking that I was the reason? Last time when Bella slapped Asher he had been furious, thinking that she had been the one to slap him because of me, and I could feel that I am in the same type of situation. Last time he had not done anything to me as we were in school and in front of the principal's office, but now I was all alone with him in this dark street where not a single living person could be seen. I was petrified, my mind was screaming only one word. Run! With all my strength, I pulled my hand from his grip and frantically ran away. He was definitely thinking of doing something to me. I had only run for 2 short seconds when he appeared in front of me again. Seeing his speed, cold sweat broke out all over my body. He stood in front of me as if he had come flying through the air. Did you really think that you could shove my hand away? Leo asked, raising his eyebrows and taking big steps towards me. He was stalking me like a predator. I was shivering in fear just like his prey. Did he feel offended when I had shoved his hand away? Maybe I had offended him. I am sorry, I'm really sorry. I will not do it again, but please let me go. I pleaded, backing away in fear. In the darkness of the night his body seemed wider and bigger. He was deadly handsome, but he was dangerous too. Why are you here? I asked him, but he stopped. You're the one that has forced me to be here. You're the one that has wasted my time. Leo shouted. I jumped back in fear. Is he crazy? What are you saying? I didn't call you here, I didn't force you to come here. I asked, confused. Really? Leo countered, like he was challenging me. Looking into his dangerous dark green eyes, I immediately pulled my phone out to see if I had accidentally called him. Thankfully when I checked I hadn't. So why was he here? Yes, see, I haven't called you or forced you to come here. I said to him, showing him my phone. I have come here because you have my keys. Leo clarified and I was confused. Keys? I asked. He gave me a dark look. Suddenly I remembered that he was talking about the keys to the music room that I had put in my pocket. I lifted my eyes. He had his arms crossed over his chest. I was the wrong one here. I really had wasted his time, but why did he need to come here if he didn't have much time? He could have just called me and I would have brought them back to him. 1 second, I will give them back to you. I replied, putting my hand in my pocket to get them out. No need. Leo said and I stopped. What do you mean? Now you don't want the keys? I asked, puzzled. I don't want them as you have already wasted too much of my time. Deliver them back to me when you come back to school, give them to me tomorrow. Leo demanded and I panicked. No. Take them with you now, I counseled to him. They were already in my pocket and if he took them with him now then I would have no need to go to school tomorrow, especially when he is standing in front of me. He had already wasted his time by coming here. Didn't you hear me? I am busy. Leo replied. I gritted my teeth. But I have them here in my pocket. Why are you so busy that you can't take them with you now? I asked. In return I earned another growl, making me flinch. Why does he always growl like an animal? Don't you dare offend me again. If I say I am busy then I am busy. Bring the keys to me at school tomorrow. Leo ordered. What? School? I no longer attend school. I said as he started to walk away from me. You are coming and that's final. Plus your scholarship. Your old scholarship is safe so you don't need my signature. Leo informed me, much to my shock. I had seen the papers where it had stated that my scholarship had been cancelled, it was signed and sealed, so how? But... I started to say, but he cut me off. Now after this, Leo said, using his heaviest voice and looking into my eyes, making my mouth go dry. If I do not see you in school tomorrow with my keys then you will see my real face. Leo continued. Out of fear I just nodded my head. Leo smirked, vanishing into the dark of the street. After he left I realized what I had agreed to and shook my head. I suppose this means that I am going back to school. Bella's P.O.V. Asher was leaning against the wall, when he pushed off it, appearing in front of me. What are you doing? I angrily asked, changing my path because he was yet again blocking my way with his bike and then he was in front of me again. What do you think? He countered and I ignored him. I tried to walk away, but he again blocked my path. Every time I tried to move away he was there standing in front of me again and again. Move! I demanded. He did not. I said it again, but he did not reply. Why are you here? I questioned, almost shouting at him. How dare a slave like you block the number of her master? He said, and now I understand he is that crazy caller who called me the whole night. I already suspected that it was him due to the fact that there had been a smell of craziness from it, but I had chosen to ignore it. Unblock my number as soon as possible. He ordered. I made a face like I do not know what he is talking about. What do you want? Why are you here to bother me? I asked in an irritated tone. Did you not accept that you are my slave then why could you not complete the task that I had given you? He questioned and I was confused. Which task? I did everything you asked of me. I replied. He became downright furious. How dare you lie to my face? You dropped my lobster on the floor and I had nothing to eat. Do you seriously think you did your job properly as my slave? Asher shouted, but it only made me irate. What a joke! That lobster was packed and even if it fell on the ground it was in an airtight box and wrapped in a plastic bag. How could it get so dirty that you couldn't eat it? I screamed back at him. I couldn't care less if he was an alpha or not. He was just an egotistical jerk. It fell on the ground, that means that it got dirty. You should not give me excuses and just accept that you could not fulfill your work as my slave. Now you need to be ready for your punishment. Asher commanded. I had all I could do not to laugh in his face. I am not your pet or your slave anymore. I no longer attend your school, so I won't be getting any punishment from you now. I replied. He gave me a black look. Did you really think that you could escape from me this way? Asher inquired, showing me the papers that I had wanted him to sign. He tore them up in front of me and threw the pieces up into the breeze. What were these papers? Every word written in them was only wasted my time when I read it. What was that about reconciliation between you and I? It only makes me want to vomit when I read that word. There is nothing like reconciliation between master and slave. Asher stated. You mean to say that I am still a student of the school? They don't want to meet my mom? I asked. He angrily glared at me. Yes, now you will be coming back to school tomorrow and obediently take your punishment. You will be getting double the punishment as well because I could not eat my lobster and second I could not see my slave all day today when I needed her. Asher commanded. He ordered me to return to school and I felt like I really was his slave. 2 punishments? Like hell I was going to obey him. Do you really think I agreed to be your slave? Now maybe you will understand that I was only obeying you to get your signature. You are not my master and I am not coming back to school, so let me go. I emphasized. He smirked evilly at me. Why is he smirking like that? I thought to myself. It sent chills down my spine. What? I am really not coming back. I said. Oh, you will come back, Asher confidently told me. No, I will not. I replied, but then he pulled something out of his pocket. You will. He grinned and my eyes widened to see my precious chain in his hand. If you want your chain back then I better see your face at school or I will flush it. Asher threatened. No you can't. I shouted trying to grab the chain from him. I put my hand over his hand, but because of our height differences I couldn't get my chain. I was still trying to grab it when Asher wrapped his arm around my waist and pulled me closer. I found that our bodies were touching and I looked up into his blue eyes to see that he was doing the same. For the last 2 days my wolf Lena had been restless and so had I. When I was with Asher, in his hold everything abruptly changed, his touch on my body was doing magical things to my heart. I wasn't able to take my eyes off of him, but then I remembered him with Susie in the gym. She was with him in the exact same position that I was in right now and it made me look away from him. Why did you run away from the gym that day? Asher asked, suddenly talking in a normal tone rather than his rude one. I lifted my eyes to meet his gaze at the question. I tried not to breathe in too deeply knowing that his citrus and sage scent tended to make my brain go a little fuzzy. Is he really asking me this? I can't help but think. I ran away because your girlfriend did not want me there. Did you forget what she said to me? Do you think I don't have any self-respect or did you want me to stand there and be a voyeur of your physical relationship with her? I replied, his eyes turned red with fury. His grip grew tight on my waist as he pulled me closer to him. My heart was beating in a staccato rhythm due to his proximity. You lone wolf! He shouted, again going back to his rude way. If you want your chain back then you'll bring you to school on time or I will eat you raw. He demanded, letting go of my body. I watched as he walked away from there with his angry aura. His outrage was on another level. Why? Because I talked about his girlfriend. Bella. I heard Lily's voice from behind me. I hated to admit that I had completely forgotten about her. Hey, are you okay? Did he do something to you? I asked her and she shook her head. No, he didn't do anything, but he ordered me to bring his keys back to the school tomorrow. He told me that my old scholarship is still valid and I do not need his signature or anything. I am still enrolled as a student in the school. Lily told me. I was so happy for her. Lily, this is wonderful news. Now you can continue your schooling, I said as we hugged each other. She was looking around for Asher. He has already left, I informed her and she took a deep breath. Thank God they left, Lily muttered and I nodded. We both talked as we continued to walk on the road towards our homes. So you mean that if you want to get your chain back then you have to go to school? You can also attend the school again, Lily asked and I nodded. Will you go? Lily inquired. No. The moment he took that chain I knew I was never getting it back. It is nothing to me. I will not go only for a chain, I replied, standing my ground, trying to be strong. The next day. Hey Bella. Finally, you came, Lily said to me as I was standing in front of the school gate and pulling my hair. Why did I come here? Yesterday I had decided and told myself that I had given up on ever getting my chain back. It is nothing to me. I really should have given up on it, but I could not. It was the only memory of my parents I had left. I was defeated in front of the loss of the chain and now I am standing in front of the school like a fool. It's good you came. Let's go, Lily said and I made a sad face. She dragged me inside. Why had I come? I was not willing to come and now he would think that he had won. I looked all over and it was good that he was nowhere to be found. I decided that I would not allow him to see me, I would hide as much as possible. As we were once again on the school grounds, seniors were standing blocking the way of our class. Are they standing there to bully students again? If they tried something like before then I would not be able to do anything. I had already slapped the bad boy of the school and I do not know what would happen this time. I should avoid him. He already hates me. Lily and I were walking towards the class, ignoring the seniors. Hey Bella, you are looking beautiful, Taylor commented, making me jump in fear. What was wrong with him? Why was he talking politely? Was he planning something against me? I looked around to assess for danger, but Lena was not sensing anything. What are you looking at here and there? I am standing in front of you, Taylor questioned, getting closer to me. What do you want? Is this a new bullying tactic you would like to try? I asked and he smiled. Wait. Did he just smile? No, I am not thinking about bullying you. I just want to talk to you about something, Taylor divulged. I glanced at Lily, who was also speechless. Sorry but I need to go to class, I replied and started to walk away. No problem, I will talk to you while walking, he said. I smiled nervously. I did not have a good feeling about this. Actually, I want to ask you something. Taylor mentioned. I noticed he seemed to be acting shy. I never saw any bully acting shy before. It was new. We entered the classroom. Yes, what is it? I prompted, giving him a fake smile while putting my bag on my chair. Valentine's week will be starting. Will you be my girlfriend? He abruptly asked. His question made me stop. The whole class heard him, everyone's jaws dropped to the floor at his question. He was asking me to be his girlfriend? Was he for real? Oh vu. Really? Our friend fell in love with a junior. His friends teased as they entered the classroom, everyone was cheering for him. Taylor was grinning non-stop and it surprised me. So you got a girlfriend? Congratulations Bella! They all remarked. I was shocked. When did I say yes? Hey, wait, I was trying to say, but no one was listening to me. You've changed our friend Bella. After that day Taylor has not bullied any students. He has changed himself for you so that he can get your attention. One of them explained. I was dismayed to hear him. Now I understood why he was talking so politely. The matter had gotten out of control, they had just decided on their own that I had said yes. Lily was standing in the corner and watching everything. Do you really want to become his girlfriend? Lily silently mouthed to me. No, I don't. I mouthed back to her. They all were celebrating and no one was actually listening to me. I was becoming irate. I did not say yes. I pointed out to Taylor. They all stopped. But you will say yes, right? He asked. I saw he was being serious. He was not saying this to bully me, but in earnest. No, I cannot say yes. I replied. This caused his smile to disappear. Why? I know you don't have a boyfriend. He stated. The whole class agreed with him. Who said that to you? I have a boyfriend. I said in panic. Who is your boyfriend? Show me. He inquired. Now I realized I had dug my own grave. All his friends and the students present in the class were asking me to show proof that I had a boyfriend. Lily was also panicking standing in the corner. As she very well knew, I have no boyfriend. Show me. Taylor again asked, causing my heart rate to speed up. If I could not show him evidence of my having a boyfriend then I have to become his girlfriend. My boyfriend, I started to say, but could not come up with another lie. Why had I said that I had a boyfriend? Please stop lying, Bella. I know you do not have a boyfriend, so from now on you are my girlfriend. Taylor declared, taking my hand and gently holding it. Her boyfriend is here. I saw a large hand remove Taylor's hand that had been holding mine in anger. I looked up and it was Asher who announced himself as my boyfriend. What? Now what was this mess? As Asher, Taylor stuttered in fear, his friends all backed away from the three of us. You are Bella's boyfriend? Taylor asked with raised brows. Are you trying to say I am lying? Asher questioned. Taylor immediately shook his head. No, no. I was just asking. He said. As Asher wrapped an arm around my waist pulling me towards him. He then took my chain and placed it back around my neck while staring deep into my eyes. Yes, she is my girlfriend. Mine. Asher announced, and I could feel the evil aura that was coming from him. What was he talking about? Bella's P.O.V. Yes, she is my girlfriend. Mine. Asher announced, and I could feel the evil aura that was coming from him. What was he talking about? The word mine shook my whole body to the core. It was like he was calming me with his evilness. My hand went to the chain that was back around my neck, even though when I looked at it there was nothing different about it. It didn't feel the same as it did before, connecting me to the memory of my mom and dad. It had changed into something else, like it was chaining me to Asher. It felt as if this was him officially announcing that I am his slave. Oh my god, I didn't know that Asher was her boyfriend. One of the girls whispered to her friend, but I still heard it. I could hear all their whispers. I know, I used to think that Susie was his girlfriend, but he never officially announced it in front of anyone, but this time he seemed serious. The other whispered back to her friend. Everyone had started chatting and whispering about this. I didn't know why, but I could feel hysteria rising up in me. I could feel Asher's eyes on me as well. I backed away from Asher, quickly grabbed my bag and ran out of the classroom. Hey Bella! Lily shouted after me, but I didn't look back, needing to escape from the classroom and him. What was going on? What was he planning now? What had happened that he would suddenly declare that he was my boyfriend? I looked down at the chain around my neck. I should have been elated about getting it back, but I wasn't because now it felt tainted. It made me think of him, it was giving me chills. I knew I had made a mistake in coming back here. My mom had told me to never come in contact with other werewolves, yet here I was, studying in a school where half of the students were werewolves. What was I doing with my life? I had become the slave of the bad boy Alpha and moments ago just announced that I was his girlfriend, essentially claiming in front of our classmates. His packmate would find out quickly, that was without a doubt. This was just making my life even more difficult. No, it should not have been like this. That man Lucas killed my mom had come from some pack. He just appeared out of nowhere and killed my mom because she was trying to protect me. Was she wrong to protect me, when it still got her killed? He had snatched the only person I had left in my life. But we were lone wolves, so why did he kill my mom? First they took my dad from me and then my mom, I thought as the fury and venom rose in my heart. My mom was right, I should have never come in contact with any other wolves. Now I would follow her words no matter what, I would not let Asher play with me. I carried on running when suddenly I bumped into someone. I am sorry. I immediately apologized as it was my mistake. No problem. The person replied. I had my head bowed, but I could still smell his scent and his voice seemed rather familiar. I already knew that he was a werewolf, but when I looked up I was shocked to see who it was. David! I exclaimed, almost shouting in shock. What was he doing at my school? This was the third time that I had seen him, but now he was at my school. Why? Suddenly I noticed that everyone was glaring at me, but I couldn't understand why. Was it because I shouted in shock? I looked back at David and looked him up and down. He was very handsome, but he had everything with him that a teacher would have. Are you a teacher? I asked. He gave me a big smile and nodded. Now I knew why everyone was glaring at me. I had called a teacher by his first name and that was a sign of disrespect. I had again messed up, but what will the punishment be this time? David sent everyone else back to class and I saw the way that he was talking to them. It was nothing like the way he spoke to me, and he had authority in his voice when he was ordering everyone back to class. I am so sorry, I had no idea that you were a teacher. I apologized again. The previous 2 times I had met him I had never asked what he did for a living, but he never mentioned it either. Why wasn't he shocked at seeing me here? Did he know that I was a student? Wait. No, he saw me at the restaurant when I went to buy lobster and I was wearing my school uniform, so he already knew that I was a student here. Did he intentionally not tell me he was a teacher here? I was about to bow my head to him when he suddenly stopped me. Please don't bow to me, Luna. David urged. Again he called me Luna, then he bowed his head to me. He always calls me Luna, why? Why do you always call me Luna? I am not your Luna. I asked and he just smiled. Alpha. David said and quickly bowed his head, but this time not to me. David was bowing to the person behind me. I got chills when I smelled sharp citrus and smoky sage, realizing that he was bowing his head to Asher. He called Asher his alpha and that meant he was from the same pack. I was dead. In the past I had said so many bad things to David about his alpha, and now I also understood why he recognized me as having an alpha as my mate. He could smell Asher's scent on me. He already knew that Asher, his alpha, was my mate because his scent was on me that day, and he intentionally hadn't told me anything. Asher's whole pack were tricky jerks, they are just like him. But what happens now? I felt Asher getting closer to me. I flinched thinking of what he was going to do next. I had hardly managed to escape the classroom, now he was here again. I don't think I will be so lucky to get away a second time. I am sorry again. I am leaving. I told David, taking large steps as I swiftly walked away from them. Now I understand why he always called me Luna. What was going on? What more did I need to know about this school and his pack? I could feel Asher's gaze on my back, burning a hole into me as he watched me walk away from him. But I didn't want to talk to him or see him, and from now on I would avoid him as much as I could. I heard the first period bell and I groaned because I had run out of the room. I was going to miss class and I couldn't afford to do that. What should I do now? I couldn't go back. I walked into an empty classroom still groaning because tests are coming, and if I skipped class then I would fail. I thought to myself when my phone started to ring and I saw that it was Lily. I picked it up and I was about to say hello when I heard something. I smiled from ear to ear at how clever Lily was. She had called me so that I could still hear everything that the teacher was going over in class. I put my earphones in and started listening to everything. I was looking at the notebook and understood everything, as well as making notes. It was good the way that Lily thought to save me. It had now been half an hour and I was totally focused on taking notes. Third person P.O.V. Bella put her pen in her mouth while flipping the page. She was rubbing her neck softly. When she did not understand everything, then she was running her fingers through her hair. She was biting her pen and licking her lips from time to time. She was smiling when she got the solution to some problems, but she was completely unaware that someone was watching everything that she was doing for the last 30 minutes. She had made someone crazy with her every move. Bella's P.O.V. There were only 10 minutes left until class finished and I was still listening to what the teacher was saying when I suddenly felt weird. I felt someone's eyes on me and I slowly turned my head, making a shout escape my lips when I saw who it was. Asher was standing near the back door. What was he doing here? How long had he been standing there for? Did I forget to close the door behind me? Lena had been trying to talk to me about something, but I had repeatedly shut her out because she was disturbing my studies. Now I knew why she was acting that way. She was trying to warn me that Asher had been watching me. Lena had been trying to tell me of his presence for so long and that meant that he must have entered the empty classroom 2 minutes after I had. Why was he following me? His dark aura spread throughout the whole classroom, but there was also something else there. I could feel his arousal, it was causing my legs to become weak. Why was he aroused? His arousal was doing something to me and it was having a weird effect on my body, the mate bond. I watched as he closed the back door to the classroom and locked it. Why was he doing that? I thought to myself and quickly packed my things away as I felt panicked. I grabbed the rest of my books in my arms, running to the front door of the classroom as fast as I could. Just as I got there I hit my head hard on something and my books fell out of my arms. I looked up to see that Asher was standing in front of me. I had hit my head on his hard broad chest. How had he gotten there so fast? His eyes were fixed on me, his arousal had chained my whole body, his addictive scent was surrounding me, starting to make my brain a little fuzzy. Let me go, I said to him as I backed away from him, but he just stepped forward, treading on my books and he didn't look like he was in control of himself. Why did you run away from me in the classroom? Asher asked me. I clutched my skirt tightly. What was he doing? Why was he even more aroused? I had never felt anyone's arousal before and I had no idea how he could be so aroused that I couldn't take my eyes off of him. Was it because he was a dominating alpha? Because I did not want to be there, what you were saying was a lie. Why did you lie to them? I am not your girlfriend and you are not my boyfriend. Don't lie to them again. We are nothing to each other. I stressed, remembering his words from our first meeting in the principal's office. Asher strode closer to me so that our bodies were almost touching, then he placed his large hand on the back of my neck. So were you planning on telling them the truth? Asher asked. I felt like I was losing control from just his touch. Yes. I replied with great difficulty and avoided making eye contact with him. Then what if Taylor asks you to be his girlfriend again? What will you do then? Asher asked, making me look into his eyes. Why does he want to know? Why does he even care? I don't want to have this conversation with him. Tell me, Asher demanded, waiting for my reply. Maybe I will say yes. I replied and his eyes turned black. What did you say? He questioned, pulling me closer to his lips by the back of my neck. I closed my eyes as I completely lost control because of his proximity, but I still managed to control Lena and looked at him again. At least he is better than someone who isn't honest with his feelings. I acknowledged, managing to control my breathing. Being this close to him was like fighting against drowning while in the middle of the ocean during a hurricane, only it would be a different type of death if I surnamed to him. And the most important thing is that when I look into his eyes I don't see hate for me. I continued, removing his hand from the back of my neck. His touch was driving me crazy and I was not able to breathe. I turned to walk away from him again, when I was pulled back and turned to face Asher like a yo-yo on a string, always his favorite toy to play with. He grabbed my face making me look at him, leaning down to my height as his lips touched mine. As he did this my eyes slid close, no other thought came to my mind, I just let them. His other hand wrapped around my waist pulling my body flush to his as we kissed. His kiss was so deep and my hand wasn't moving to push him back. What was I doing? I said I was going to stay away from him. His hand had loosened on my face and he broke the kiss. I thought it was done, but my body was pushed against a wall. I didn't even have the chance to open my eyes before his lips were once again slammed down onto mine. He pinned both of my arms to the side of my body. I heard a low growl from deep in his chest because I was not kissing him back. He growled again, this time I lost control of Lena and opened my mouth for him. He immediately shoved his tongue into my mouth, like he had been waiting for me to open it for him. His hot breath and tongue were the only thing I was feeling as I moved my lips and kissed him back. It was the first time that there had been a proper kiss between us, a kiss that we had both participated in. The room filled with our scent and arousal, I was getting drunk on smell. Then I felt him sucking my lower lip. I went crazy, but suddenly I felt him rubbing his body against mine. It made me open my eyes when I felt his hardness pressed against me. I got scared and quickly came to my senses. What was I doing? Did you announce me as your girlfriend so that you could get my body? I asked him, looking into his eyes. Lena also stopped as she was waiting for his answer. She was the happiest out of both of us when Asher was touching us. However, he did not reply and just kissed me again. My mind went blank at this. I did not close my eyes and did not kiss him back. Anger rose in my blood at the silence. He didn't even think enough of me that I deserved an answer. I used my full strength, pushing him away from me. Don't touch me! I shouted, glaring at him. Every feeling inside me turned into fury and loathing. Why? Were you not enjoying it? Was I not pleasuring you? Asher smirked, looking proud of what he had done to me. I am no for you to use as you please like your girlfriend Susie. From now on don't you dare touch me ever again. Don't forget I am a lone wolf and no matter how much of a big dominating alpha you are you will never tame me. I screamed and his eyes turned red in anger. How dare you disrespect me? He shouted in my face, but I did not back down in front of him this time. Yes, I disrespected you, so what? Just remember one thing. Alpha Asher. I hate you. Did you hear me? I hate you. I will never accept you as my alpha. I shrieked, slamming the door in fury as I came out of there. I didn't even grab my things, storming out of the room. I felt as if I were on fire, my skin felt so hot. What just happened in that classroom? Why had I let him touch me? Why had I kissed him back? I knew that he hated me and he didn't actually want me. He was just fulfilling his own desireful desires, he was only doing it for his wolf. He only touched this as he called me disgusting lone wolf to calm his own wolf down. Tears sprung from my eyes as the full impact of my reality, how had I let that happen? I don't know why I even thought for a second that it was something else, when it was only ever desire on his part. I was now hurting far worse than before. This felt similar to the last time, but it was causing me more pain, like I had been rejected, but this time his silence was the rejection. I carried on walking, but I was going crazy from the heat that was consuming my body. What was happening to me? I was not able to see anything clearly. I managed to make it into the girls' locker room that was for the school athletes. I fell on the floor, looking at my hands as my body was so hot that it was turning red. I got up, looking in the mirror to find that my whole face was red with teary eyes. I felt like tearing my clothes off, but I couldn't as I was in school. My blood felt like it was boiling beneath my skin. I swiftly ran under the showers, turning it on and collapsing on the cool tile floor as I tried to bring down heat in my body. What was this? The cold water was hitting my hot body and I curled up in a ball on the floor under the shower. I closed my eyes as more tears fell mixing with the cold shower water, not only from the pain I was in but also due to what had happened with him in the classroom. All of it was horrible and was combining to hit me with wave after wave of both physical, mental, emotional pain. I kept my eyes closed, needing for this day and my pain to end. I was under the cold water of the shower for at least half an hour, until I had finally succeeded in winning against the physical burning pain and this horrible feeling. I still didn't move and just curled sitting on the floor, deciding not to leave my safe little hiding spot for a while. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.